Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of Andrewsfootball.com. And with the 20th pick in the 2019 draft, who will the Pittsburgh Steelers take? Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you don't know about their situation. I'm going to recap it briefly. They started off the season last year 7-2-1. They were fighting for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They finished 9-6-1. Didn't even make the playoffs. So now Mike Tomlin's in hot water despite a Hall of Fame coaching career up there now. I mean, look at this career, right? He's been the Steelers coach for 12 years. 125 wins, 66 losses, and 1 tie. He averages better than 10-6 each year. 12 years being a head coach, not even one losing season. He had a pair of 8-8 seasons, but he followed that up with 11, 10, 11, and 13 wins. Now, last year, 9-6-1, of course, but I mean, that's an immensely impressive career, but he is in hot seat here. And the reason why he's in hot seat is because in 2016, they were 11-5. AFC Championship game, Le'Veon Bell goes down. Now, he went public and said, if I would have been healthy, we would have won. No. Patriots were a better team. Clearly the better team. Would the game maybe have been closer? Sure. But, I mean, they weren't going to win that game. And I think most Steelers fans would agree to that. But they came back bigger and badder in 2017 and went 13-3. Really had a really legitimate chance of beating the Patriots, but then lost Jacksonville in the playoffs at home. 45-42. I mean, how do you lose a shootout to Jacksonville at home? Mind-blowing, but then you come back this year, first 10 games of the season, you look like you're going to connect, and then bam. Okay? Now you lose your 2 best players to highly unusual circumstances. And for those of you, I understand that Big Ben's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he's the 3rd best player on your team. Maybe there's somebody even higher than Ben right now. I think it's Ben, but me personally, it was Le'Veon Bell, then it was Antonio Brown, then it's Big Ben. That's my opinion. But he did have career highs in 2018 in multiple categories: completions, attempts, yards, touchdowns. Now, second highest interceptions in his career, which obviously isn't good, but the Steelers threw the ball a lot more than they have in the past, and that's something against what they've done. They want to get a more of a balanced attack, obviously, but when your best player decides he's going to hold out the whole year, it's hard to do. But they did a really good job with James Conner and Ridley, and they will continue doing a good job. I am not a Steelers fan. I cheer against the Steelers, but the Steelers organization, top to bottom, is first class, first rate, all the way. Anybody says anything different is wrong. I cheer against Steelers as often as I can, but the organization's first rate and first class all the way. Their fans, on the other hand, not so much. But if you are a Steelers fan, don't be offended. You've been to Arrowhead several times. They were very rude with me the last time. So, yeah. I mean, I know there's some everywhere. But back to this point here. Who will they pick with the 20th pick in the draft? Well, they need an impact player because they want to win now. They have to prove to themselves that, hey, without these 2 guys, without this distraction, we're bigger and badder than ever. And, I mean, the Browns made moves. The Ravens, that's an interesting story. We haven't even got to them yet. Cincinnati's an interesting story, but Steelers have always been able to beat the Bengals. So I don't think you're really worried about the Bengals, but the Browns and the Ravens, wow. So with the 20th pick, this draft is really, really important. And you have some draft capital thanks to the trade. You got 2 picks in the 3rd round, a high 3rd round pick. You got the 2nd pick in the 3rd round. That's a good pick. The 3rd pick in the 5th round, that's a good pick. The 2nd pick in the 6th round, plus 2 other 6th round picks. So this particular pick, you've got to hit. You got to get a good player. You need a player who can come in instantly and really help you out. So where do you go? Well, in most drafts at 20, the number 1 running back isn't available. So you very easily could go Josh Jacobs here, and I think that'd be a great fit for the Steelers. You can go Greedy Williams, number one corner. You can't have too many corners, especially what's going on in Cleveland, with OBJ coming. So, yeah, you could go Greedy Williams. You could also go DeAndre Baker, the corner out of Georgia, if you want to go that route. I wouldn't blame you there. Outside linebacker, you still have some pass rushers that are available. You could do that. Now, I got White and Bush gone, but inside linebacker is something that you may want to take here in the first round. There's some good players still available, but in my mock draft, Bush and White are gone. If White or Bush is available, there's a very, very, very strong chance the Steelers take a look at them. I've seen multiple mock drafts where Antonio Brown's cousin goes here. You also have my draft crush, N'Keal Harry. He's still available. You could go A.J. Brown right here. But the player that I got the Steelers taking in round one, and I changed this many times. I revisited my draft just because of this. Because if he's available, he's going to be a Steeler. It's a Steeler pick all the way. With the 20th pick in the 2019 draft, only if he's available, T.J. Hockenson is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. There is no way the Steelers pass on this guy. This is a guy that you lose your two biggest offensive threats as far as skill positions go. I think they're better than Roethlisberger, but we can argue that. T.J. Hockenson, if somehow he drops to 20, you got to take him. This is a no-brainer. And like I said, the same thing in my last video, both Fant and Hockenson, Their way to their draft stock or their draft value is way too high to go 19 and 20. But the way my mock draft goes, I don't know who you bump. I mean, whoever the Steelers are getting here, because I don't think they're going to go quarterback. And if you do, you can't get them at 20. Unless they want to draft somebody who's got a much lower grade than what the general consensus thinks. But, if Hawkinson's available, and I've seen mock drafts where he's going as high as 8 to the Detroit Lions, but in my mock draft, I got him dropping all the way, and at 20, you have to stop. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to take him. He's a Steeler-type player. He's a guy who's you still got Vance McDonald, so he's not really a plug-and-play guy, but he's an offensive weapon. You can use him a variety of different ways. You can get creative. He helps you in the run game, which is key because you're going to try with James Conner and Stephen Ridley, not superstars at running back. No offense, either one of you guys. You're not Le'Veon Bell. I almost said Antonio Brown, but I meant Le'Veon Bell. So that's who I got with the Pittsburgh Steelers taking in the 2019 draft in the first round. The Steelers are an interesting story. I'm going to do I can't wait to do another video on the Steelers after the draft, after free agency, see what they do. It's a very interesting subject. And by the way, if you are a subscriber to Andrews Football, you already know you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. All your wildest dreams are going to come true, but if you're new to Andrews Football, you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you're a T.J. Hockenson fan, you're an NFL draft fan, you're an NFL mock draft fan, or you just like the awesome hat. There's this little button right down here. Check it out. Let's look there. It's Chiefs red. And BAM! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Wait till tomorrow when I break down the 21st pick in the NFL draft. I'll see you tomorrow.